Good Friday, everybody. We are back on another job. It is Friday. It is a beautiful morning down here in the low country. Just about done with the month of March. I don't like the warm weather, but the warm weather's coming nonetheless, whether I want it to or not. But luckily it's not too bad out here. This morning today, got the 120 out here. Got Big Munch. Got the bucket. I got a bucket from Greg, landscaper Greg, yesterday. He really appreciated all the love and the comments that you guys dropped. I think in the, not the last video, but the video before. So appreciate that, guys. And so we're out here on this job. We got a little bit of mulching to do, and then we got a good bit of dirt to move, and we're gonna try to get as much done. The guy's basically just paying me for a day rate to do as much as I can today. That's what's in his budget. So let's take a look at what we got, and we'll get started. All right, so here's what we got. I got this little area around this tree. So he had a guy come in here with an excavator, do a bunch of work back there, clear out like a house pad site for a camper or whatever. I'm gonna clean up around these trees, around those trees right there, and around that set of trees back there, grind up that brush pile. And then I'm gonna clean up that hanging thing right there and around that corner, going out the driveway with the mulcher. Then, so, I guess the guy buried a bunch of stumps or something. He dug up a bunch of dirt, so there's a big pile of dirt back there. I'm gonna take that dirt with the bucket and just fill in some of the low spots in there. We've also got to mulch some of that area down in there down as well before I fill it in. Just go over with the mulcher, clean up some of the stubs and roots and stuff that are sticking up. So we'll clean that up and start moving some dirt. So that's what we got to do. So let's start grinding this stuff up and cleaning it up. I may have to move the truck. Let's see about that. lines to come loose. Let's see if we can't unhook these hydraulic lines. I'm a mess for it, but I got it. All right, got all this mulched out, ground up as best I could, and we got the bucket on the skid steer. And since we're dealing with this clay, I brought the tooth bucket, and this ain't got to be no finished grade. We're just, what he wants me to do for now to get started is just come through here and see all these low spots in here. Just take that clay that's over there in that pile and spread it over and try to just fill in some of these low spots. There's another big low spot on the other side of that sand hill there. So he wants to use the clay to fill in the low spots and then put the sand on top of it, so when it gets wet it doesn't get mushy. So that's why he's got some of that sand there. So basically use the clay as a base and then put the sand on top of it, because that clay will get a little mushy when it gets wet. So all right, we'll hop in the skid steer and start filling in some holes. Okay, we are picking up dirt and going to work. Make sure you guys can see that. There we go. Let's get a whole bucket of dirt here. Come on, baby. There she goes. Now, when I first got this ASV, I really didn't know how it was going to be for dirt work, to tell you the honest truth. A lot of people were saying that, you know, they're not the best for dirt work, but I have found I actually really enjoy this machine for dirt work. And the few times that I've had to do any kind of dirt work or grading work, or when I redid my parents' driveway, oh, that was almost 2 years ago now. Oh, that seems like that was just yesterday, but yeah, that was almost 2 years ago. It's done very good, and I enjoy using it for doing this kind of work, to tell you the truth. The only thing I don't like about it is the bucket. The bucket doesn't curl up as much as my John Deere used to. It doesn't curl up. But I think they fixed some of that with the new models, like the new 135s and stuff, and the BT100 and whatever. I think they fixed some of that. I don't know for sure. I've never run one of the... I did run the BT100, but it was with a mulcher, and that's kind of hard to tell when you got a mulcher on there. You just can't tell. But I know they redid the linkage down there at the bottom to have a little bit better visibility, and they might have done something with the bucket curl too. Don't quote me on that, but this is a big low spot right here. Trying to fill that in with this clay as a base, and then he'll come back in and take all that sand and push it over top. The electricians were here for a minute setting up a power pole for him, but he said they forgot to bring the permit or something. I don't know, and then they had to leave, and I don't know. Sounded like it was a big screw up. But he has got a ton of this clay over here. Good night. We've got a ton of it. We got no shortage of dirt to work with here. I'm gonna try to bring some of it back this way. Come to Papa. Oh yeah. Really glad I picked up this tooth bucket from Greg. If I had been doing, oh, I did not just do what I think I did. Hold on. Hold on. Thought I'd hit that pile of sand back there. Oh, thought I'd hit that pile of sand back there with the butt end of the machine. That bumper, the only bad thing about that bumper is back there that John put on. If you like back into a pile of sand, it just all falls onto that bumper. It'll just stay there. Just make a big mess. I know that because I've done it. But I'm glad I picked up this tooth bucket from Greg. Because this clay it's got some sand in it. It's like a sand clay mix. But it's got some gunkier stuff in it too. You can see it kind of clumped there. It's kind of wetter and clumpier and gunkier, which will make a good base, but that smooth bucket would not have been good for me trying to break this stuff up. So if I had been moving sand, like if we had just had a bunch of piles of sand like that right there, and we were making a house pad or something with some clean sand fill, that basically is most of what you get around here when you call a dirt pit to get fill dirt. It's just clean sand fill, because we're so close to the beach, everything's just sand. Now every once in a while you come a little further inland, so we're over near Johnsonville. You come a little further inland, you can find little patches of clay or sand clay like this, which is really nice. But it's a lot easier to work the dirt when it's got this clay in it, when you've got a toothed bucket over a smooth bucket. So that was the reason I picked up the toothed bucket over the smooth bucket, so I could kind of break up these clumps of stuff, and especially when I back drag it, and then just digging into the pile of it that we've got over there. Just trying to dig into that pile and break it up so I could get a bucket. But this stuff's a little clumpy. It's a little clumpy. But these teeth are breaking it up really nice. Oh, that looks lovely. Look at that. Lovely. Don't ever get to do much dirt work, so it's always kind of fun just to kind of do something different. This ain't no finished grade here. We're not doing this. Ain't no landscaping finished grade, make it look pretty job. We're just, he just wants me to fill in these low spots as best I can. He's over there on the little tractor helping me. We're getting it. This one needs a little, I'm gonna say one more bucket maybe, and it might be about right. Let's go get one more. I have to point the GoPro a little further down so you guys can see the bucket and see what's going on here. Earlier this week I spent a whole day cleaning out the back end of the machine, including the air conditioner. I took the entire AC cover off, and that whole thing, just took it apart and got in there with an air nozzle and cleaned it out. And then I pressure washed it out, and man, the AC is working really good now. So when that AC back there gets clogged up, it is not fun. So I got it really clean as that it's been probably since I got it from John, and it's working great. Which is not a really hot day today. It's only probably about 70. I think the high today is going to be about 75. But I don't even, I've got it on like the lowest fan setting, and I am like almost uncomfortably cold. Keep it clean throughout the summer when it really starts to get hot. There was one day last year, it was like the heat index was like 105 one day, and I was in this thing, and I had to go home early. It was just for whatever reason the AC just couldn't keep up, and the sun was beating down, and I was about to die in this thing. And it was probably about half clogged, and I went home early. I just was dying. That happens occasionally. Might want to get one more scoop in that low spot over there, but this for the most part looks pretty good, so keep on keeping on with what he wants to do and see where we get. All right, got that done. At least he's happy with it. And it's a lot of dirt to move. So, but yeah, I mean, he didn't want no fine grade. I mean, this wasn't no Elite Earthworks. Shout out to Brandon over at Elite Earthworks. You know, fine grade landscaping front yard job. He just wanted these holes filled in and just kind of glossed over. You know, nothing super, you know, fancy, you know. He told me to put 20 loads in there, and then he was gonna spread it himself. And then I put the 20 loads in there, and he's like, you know, I'll just let you knock it down. And I was like, that'd have been a lot easier if I'd have just knocked him down as I came, but as I brought him in there. But I got it all worked out and leveled, and he thought that over there looked great. So he was real happy with everything. I guess the electricians are going to come back, put that pole in the ground. That's why we couldn't get that looking good, but that stuff turned out okay. And then, like I said, he's going to come back in and top all this with sand and fine grade it with the tractor and everything and make it look good. Just put a light coat of sand on it, I guess, so it doesn't get, this clay doesn't get mushy when it gets wet. But and then I guess they're going to come back, put the pole in for the power for his camper out here, or whatever that he's going to put here. So house, 'cause this is like his home away from home or whatever. And then he's fixing up that house to sell, to subdivide this off and sell that. So, but we're getting it. He's getting it. But not the most craziest job, but we got it done. I don't get to do much dirt work, so that was kind of fun. So, all right, got the machine all loaded up, chain down. I got to get that bucket back to Greg, and then Sunday, I am going back to Spain, back to the factory for TMC Kinsella. So, if you guys may or may not know, back in November, when I went down to the farm show down in Mulching, down in Georgia, TMC was there. We had a booth put on through CCE, and because they were our closest dealer down there, and they were like, one of the head guys from TMC was there, and he's like, I want to make you a job offer. And I was like, I'm not really looking for a job. And they're like, we're gonna make you an offer. And well, they made me a really good offer, and so I couldn't, it was one of those things you couldn't turn down. So I went to go work for them. And so I've been doing that since about November when I signed my contract with them. And part of my deal is to do all this stuff with the machines and everything and the attachments, and do this work and stuff like that, but also do some of the technical side of things, answer questions, troubleshoot problems, give feedback. You know, I'm doing a lot of things. Me and Frank were traveling around for like a week, going and visiting dealers, so that's part of my deal too. So just doing all sorts of things. So I am working for them, but you guys will still see plenty of mulching stuff. I'm still out here mulching quite a bit, so, but I get to go back to Spain on Sunday. Pretty excited. Not excited for that plane flight. It's not the funnest. Going there is about 6.5 hours from Charlotte to Madrid. But coming back, at least the last time, because of the headwinds, it was like almost 9 hours. Blech. So we'll see what happens. But gonna go to the factory. We got some new stuff being designed and coming up here soon, so we're gonna check out some of that stuff, and I'll try to document as much of my trip as I can. So you guys will see this video probably on Monday or Tuesday while I'm either on the way to Spain. I fly out on Sunday. Yeah, while you guys will see this Monday or Tuesday while I'm overseas. But I'll be back on Thursday, and I got some jobs already lined up. I'm going to go look at another one tomorrow, so we got plenty of stuff coming up. So stay tuned, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.